Okay, this is my second attempt at recording. I had some stupid problems, and I'm too lazy to figure out how to put the voiceover with the file, so I'm just gonna re-record my screen and talk into the microphone. And so I could have zoomed in, but then you wouldn't be able to see my health. It seems fine. This is essentially how it looks on Android anyway, and people can pay attention. So I'm just gonna record it without a zoomed feature. It looks better in my other video player, but that one was glitching out, so I have to do it here. Anyway, this is a Yamantau map, and it's probably the most long-range map in the game, so I spawn with the Fury. We have a short-range brawler to the left of me, and a guy with a retarded setup in the front with a long-range cannon and 3 short-range weapons, 3 rockets and one essentially that thing. Kang, I think it's called the KWK or the Kang Day. I don't know. I don't have them, so I don't play around with them. I think it's a KWK. Yeah, I think it is. Anyway, here I'm gonna walk off with my Fury, and I'm gonna try to guard that place and let the brawler come through. And if anyone comes up, I'll blast them. The Gepard took 2 beacons, and he's gonna rush. And people generally don't use Gepards in this tier. Stalker is better because it has the stealth ability, and it's meant to take beacons. It's not actually meant to fight, and they have the same speed. The Stalker's actually faster. So anyway, I'm trying to guard that center. There's a guy at 590 meters, and I think he notices me, so he decides to stand back. So instead, I'm going to turn here to the left and shoot that Leo over there. Hit him with 3 tridents. Does pretty good damage, and I tend to try to stay within 580 and 600 meters. But sometimes I really can't walk back, and so I blast them from 500. In excess of 500. I try to stay more than 500, otherwise Russian Death Button Griffins and Rhinos can actually hit me back, and I don't want that to happen. So there's a Rhino. He lifts his shield, so that's not going to help him because explosive weaponry is not stopped by Rhino's shields. And so I thought he was going to try to actually rush me, and instead he decided to hide back there. So I'm gonna try an interesting thing here. I'm gonna try to shoot him once and then immediately flip my cannon and shoot the other guy, and it actually worked in a way, sort of. And so he gets left with a sliver of health, and both of them are now with a sliver of health, both the Rhino and the Leo. And so that guy with that same cannon, the long-range one, is actually gonna shoot that Leo right now and kill him. So I'm getting ready to kill him, but I don't get the chance because the other guy shoots him first. So there he died, and so I start advancing since we pushed them back. We're now on the offensive, and so here I'm gonna shoot, essentially shoot the air because this Trident's a massive splash. But I underestimated how actually far away behind the wall he was, so it didn't actually deal much damage to him. So he gets killed, and so I decide to continue advancing, and we have Russian Death Button Griffin and me with my Fury walking up to take that central beacon. This guy jumps, and so I managed to get 2 shots off on him, and the third one doesn't actually hit him. It still deals a decent amount of damage, and then the Russian Death Button Griffin jumps and deals more damage to him, and that guy's pretty crippled right now. He's not going to be much of a threat. And so here I shoot. It's weird. I had problems with targeting, so I didn't really do much damage to them. And so I get shot with that guy, so I duck behind. And so I duck away, but then a more dangerous thing is actually to the left of us. That's a Raijin with 2 Thunders, which are short-range shotguns, which deal massive damage. So now I'm down to like 40,000 HP from his shots. And so here I don't actually get a shot off on him, so I end up getting killed. But I still dealt good damage. So here I'm going to spawn in my Rhino. I lift my shields up. I have plasma weaponry. Now he can't use medium weapons. They're inaccessible. So I continue walking. Magnums have no reload. You can keep firing them as much as you want. They have a range of 350, and I can't really hit anyone right now. So we still have that guy around at his short-range, long-range Leo being a dumbass. And so I believe that was a golem with Trident, CRV, and Tulumbas. So essentially a micro Fury, not as strong, but still the same concept. Although he has to stay within 500 meters because Tridents have 600 and Tulumbas and CRV are only 500 meters. So still in for here. I rushed like 4 guys in the Rhino, and so I'm surprised I actually survived that long. And so here I'm trying to kill that Raijin. I don't see that he shields up, so I immediately turn around and I'm trying to kill off that Griffin. If I didn't waste, I could have actually killed all 3 of them. That Raijin gets killed by another guy. So here, that's how bulky the Rhino is. True tank. And so here I'm in the Carnage, and actually this is one of my best performances with the Carnage I've ever played. So maybe like top 5, but I've only had him for a little while. So I activated Rush ability, which increases his speed by 66%, so he's running almost as fast as a Stalker with that thing, and he has this 20-second cooldown. So the goal is to get up there and hide behind a wall. So I end up rushing up this place. And then there's a regular death button Rhino coming up to the left of us. So I shoot a few shots at him because he's taking his shield down. So he actually wastes his salvo on the wrong guy. He should have focused on me. So here I cripple him pretty badly, and he lifts his shields up, but that's not going to help him because I'm just going to walk around him, shoot him in the back, turn around and blast him. He's dead. And so I immediately activate Rush and duck here behind the corner. And so now I just lay dormant, waiting for someone to come up, because so long as we hold these 3 beacons, they can't win. So it's vital for them, if they want to win, to take back the central one, and my goal here is to defend it instead of rushing away. So they shoot us with some artillery, but my shield blocks a lot of it, and the barrier blocks more. So here I walk out and I get a few shots off, but then I realize that there's a Russian death button guy. So I actually managed to kill that guy I was shooting, and so I quickly ducked behind another corner. And here I'm just going to I decided to suicide. So while the Rhino is shooting the other Rhino, I'm going to rush him. I don't really have time to wait for the cooldown, so I do get a few shots off on him, and my shield blocks some of his damage. And here it's like, who's going to kill the other guy first? I lose a Thunder, but I still manage to kill him. And then a guy from the right kills me. So we've essentially won this game. We're 6-4. So here my Griffin jumps, and I don't know what the hell is happening now. Amazing how hard this is to actually record a fucking video. And here I'm going to try to do a jump I've never done, and I underestimate the distance. So I fall down, but it actually turns out to be better for me, because that guy ends up getting killed long before I'm actually going to get him. And so here I see a guy to the left, and that's a Stalker trying to take our home beacon. And that would be very dangerous if he gets it off. And so he manages to get out of distance from the other guy, but doesn't help him because I hit him with a CRV, a Russian death button Griffin. And so we're gonna have our Carnage fight that I believe that's either a Golem. I think that's a Golem. That can't be a Vitus. So it has a Thunder and a Orkan. Yeah, not an Orkan, a Taran, which is an energy weapon, 350 meters. It's the stuff I have on my Rhino, the big ones. So here, we've won the game. So now I'm going to try to make sure I get first place, and I'm going to get first place. So I jump here and I get some shots off, shoot the guy. And so now we're just assaulting. So that Rhino's almost dead, but he has his shield up, so he's going to be fine. And then we got a Carnage who probably has recharged his shields by now as well. He has energy shields. And then there's another guy following quickly behind me. So that Rhino is actually going to die. He's up against the triple Magnum Thunder Leo, which is one of the second most healthy bot in the game in terms of just downright HP. And so I got a shot off on him, and he's going to kill the Carnage, and he turns around to face me, and I'm pretty much screwed. I shoot him with what all I got here. The goal is to deal as much damage as possible so I can get silver, rather, because the game's won. So I thought I could finish him off, or at least get away from him, but that didn't work. So we won the game, and very nice for me. So I got 6 trophies, just barely. So no beacons taken. So I won that game.